The stars were quiet, but something strange moved between them. A lone human shuttle drifted through the dark, metal skin scratched from an old accident. Inside it sat Evan Ward, a shy and soft-spoken engineer, tapping his fingers nervously on the control panel. He was not a soldier. He was not a hero. He was a simple human who liked machines more than people. But tonight, space itself seemed to be watching him. His scanner suddenly beeped, sharp and loud. A massive object appeared on the radar, far bigger than any known ship. The lights flickered. The shuttle shook. Evan grabbed the controls, heart pounding. And then he saw it. A shining alien cruiser, elegant like silver armor, slowly emerged from the shadows of a nebula. Its surface glowed with soft blue lines, like veins of energy. Evan whispered, that is not human. Before he could react, a beam of light wrapped around his shuttle and pulled it toward the alien ship. He tried to break free, but the controls froze. Every system locked. He was trapped. This was the hook the universe had thrown at him. And he had no idea that the ruler of that ship, an alien princess who had not taken a mate in many years, was watching him with sharp, glowing eyes. Watching him with interest. Watching him with choice. The shuttle touched down inside a huge hangar. Smooth silver walls curved like the inside of a seashell. Strange guards, tall, armored, with bright crystal eyes, marched in silence toward him. The doors of his shuttle slid open. Evan raised his hands quickly. Hello? I mean no harm. The guards did not speak. They simply bowed. Not to him. To someone behind him. A wave of warm, sweet air drifted into the hangar. Evan turned and froze. She walked like moonlight over still water. Tall, elegant, wearing a long robe of deep silver and soft violet. Her skin was a soft metallic white with a faint shimmer. Eyes bright like blue fire. A crown of thin glowing wires rested on her head. She was beautiful, but also dangerous. Every step she took pulled the guard's attention like gravity. This was Princess Lyria of the Astral Empire. She stopped in front of him, staring closely, examining him like a rare object. "You are the human," she said. Her voice echoed, warm and sharp at the same time. Evan swallowed. "Why yes, Your Highness." "I think." "You think?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. He turned red. "I mean, yes. Yes, I am human." A small smile touched the corner of her lips. "Good. Then you will come with me." "With you?" Evan blinked. "Why? Did I do something wrong?" "No," she said. "You did something rare. You entered my territory alone, without fear, and without weapons. Very few do that." He wanted to explain that he was not brave, just unlucky, but the princess had already turned and gestured for him to follow. The guards surrounded him, but not in a threatening way. More like escorting a guest the princess personally requested. Which was the worrying part. The halls of the ship were wide and bright, the walls glowing with living energy. As Evan walked behind Lyria, he noticed strange symbols everywhere, spirals, stars, and long flowing lines like musical notes. "What is this place?" he whispered. "My royal cruiser," Lyria answered without looking back. "I rule from here. I travel alone with my guards." "Alone?" Evan asked softly. "Yes." Her steps slowed. "I have not taken a mate in many years. The Empire expects me to choose one, but none were suitable." Evan nodded awkwardly. "I understand." "You do not," she said, glancing over her shoulder at him. "But you will." They entered a large chamber filled with tall crystal screens and floating spheres of light. It looked like a throne room mixed with a command center. Lyria sat on a glowing seat made of braided silver energy. She pointed at the floor in front of her. "Stand here, human." Evan stood. Lyria studied him again, slower this time. "What is your name?" "Evan Ward." "Evan," she repeated, testing the sound. "Strange. Soft.
Human. Well, yes. I'm very human. Another small smile. That is obvious.
She waved her hand, and one of the floating spheres drifted close. Images flickered across its surface: Evan's shuttle, his face, his ship logs.
You are an engineer, she said. Yes. You prefer machines over people.
Also yes.
You fear conflict.
Oh yes.
And yet, she said slowly, you came into my space without running. Evan opened his mouth, then closed it.
Technically, his ship had been malfunctioning and he couldn't run even if he wanted to. But the princess did not need to know that.
He cleared his throat. I thought maybe someone would help me. Interesting, Lyria said. So you are not only shy, you are hopeful.
She stood again and walked toward him. The soft light from her body painted the floor like glowing ripples. You are very different from the warriors I meet, she said.
Different from the princes who want my hand. Different from the commanders who bring me gifts.
And, different is good, he asked carefully.
For me?
She stopped just a breath away from him.
Yes.
His heart thumped like a drum inside a metal room. Lyria raised her hand and touched Evan's chin gently. Her fingers were cool, soft like polished stone. You are honest, she said. Your eyes show fear, but also truth.
I have seen thousands of warriors pretend to be strong. You do not pretend. Evan's throat tightened. I'm not really special.
You are, she said.
Because you are exactly what I seek. He blinked. Seek? For what? A low hum filled the chamber as the walls brightened. The princess's crown pulsed with blue light. My empire needs unity, she said. For many years I delayed choosing a mate. None felt right.
None felt, she studied him from head to toe.
Real. Evan felt small under her glowing gaze. Your Highness, are you saying? Yes, she said simply. I am considering you.
He nearly fainted.
Me? I'm just a human engineer. I fix engines. I'm not prince material. You are kind, she said. You are gentle. You do not seek power. That is what my people need.
Someone who does not want the throne for themselves.
Evan's knees felt weak. Princess Lyria.
I don't want to disrespect your culture, but choosing a mate is a big decision.
You hardly know me.
That is why, she said softly, you will stay?
Stay? For one cycle.
You will learn our ways.
And I will learn you. He didn't know if that meant something romantic or something terrifying. Maybe both. Can I think about it? He asked. Lyria tilted her head. Yes. You may think. But do not be afraid. I will not force you.
She walked toward a balcony at the far end of the chamber, the stars stretching outside like a field of diamonds.
Come, she said. There is something you must see.
Evan followed slowly, his heart racing. When he reached the balcony, his breath caught. Outside, floating in space, was a massive shimmering city like a castle made of starlight.
Towers of glowing metal. Bridges of crystal.
Ships moving like silver birds.
That is my home, Lyria said quietly. The Astral Palace. Evan stared in awe. It's beautiful. And empty, she said. Because I have ruled alone for too long.
For the first time, her voice sounded almost lonely.
Evan looked at her.
The strong, powerful, untouchable princess suddenly felt human. I don't know if I can be what you want, he said softly.
She looked at him. I am not asking you to change. I am asking you to be honest. And to try. He breathed slowly. I can try. A bright glow spread across her face, almost like happiness. Good, she said. Then your first test begins now. Test?
She tapped a small glowing panel. The floor under Evan dropped slightly, and a platform started rising into the air.
"Oh no," he whispered. The platform lifted him above the balcony. Below him, the guards watched.
Above him, the princess folded her arms.
"Do not move," she said. "Do not panic. I will not let you fall. That does not help."
But she laughed, a soft, musical sound like bells. "Evan Ward," she said, "let us see how brave a shy human truly is."
The platform shook slightly as it reached its highest point. Evan clung to the railing.
Lyria floated upward beside him, her body glowing, her feet leaving the ground as if she were carried by light.
"Your people cannot fly," she said. "No. We stay on the ground like normal creatures." She smiled.
"Then trust me."
She held out her hand.
Evan stared at it, sweat on his palms.
"Trust," she repeated.
Slowly, shaking, he placed his hand in hers. Her touch was warm this time, alive. The platform lowered, but they remained in the air. Evan's feet were hanging over open space. He tried not to scream as Lyria controlled their movement with gentle waves of her free hand.
"See," she said.
"You are safe."
He breathed fast. "I'm not dead." "That's good." She laughed again. "You surprise me, human. Most warriors would pretend to be fearless.
But you speak the truth."
"I'm very good at being scared honestly."
She squeezed his hand gently.
"You are good at being real."
They floated down to the balcony, landing softly. When they touched the ground, Evan let out a long breath of relief.
Lyria stepped closer. "You did well." I almost cried. "Yes," she said.
"And still, you did not let go."
His heart pounded again. "Princess Lyria, why me?" "Truly?"
She looked at him, her bright blue eyes softening.
"Because strength without kindness is dangerous," she said. "And power without gentleness is empty. You have the one thing all my suitors lacked." "What?" "A heart that listens."
Evan felt heat rise to his cheeks.
"I don't know what to say."
"Then say nothing," she whispered.
"Just walk with me."
They walked together through the bright halls.
The guards watched silently.
The floating lights dimmed as they passed. The entire ship seemed to recognize the beginning of something important.
Something rare. Something chosen.
The princess stopped at a tall window where a cluster of glowing stars drifted like dust in sunlight.
"One day," Lyria said, "I must choose a mate. Someone to stand beside me. Someone to help guide my empire. Someone who can bring peace instead of fear."
Evan looked at the stars, then at her.
"I'm not a hero," he said softly.
"No," she replied.
"You are something better." He blinked. "What?" "Human."
Lyria touched his shoulder gently. "Stay with me, Evan Ward.
Learn our world. Let me learn yours. If, by the end of the cycle, you still wish to go home, I will release you." "And if I stay?" he asked.
Her eyes glowed brighter.
"Then you will become the first human ever chosen by the astral throne." Evan swallowed hard. This was no longer just a starship. No longer just an alien princess.
This was destiny offering him a hand. And for the first time in his quiet life, he reached back.